It started with satellites
and silent skies. Now Germany is preparing for threats. Not from Earth, but from orbit. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is space. And the battlefield is real. Once, Germany's eyes were fixed on the Earth, its borders, its past, its politics. But now, a quiet shift has taken place. A shift upward, above clouds, beyond gravity, into orbit. It began with a flicker, one satellite going dark, then another jamming signal in low Earth orbit. Nothing exploded, no troops crossed borders, but Germany noticed, and Germany remembered. In 2021, the Bundeswehr created its own space command, quietly, strategically, not to explore, but to defend, because the war of the future wouldn't be fought with tanks rolling through forests. It would be silent, invisible, waged through satellites, systems, and electromagnetic pulses. The kind of war where the first strike doesn't light up the sky, it blacks it out. German satellites used for communication, surveillance, GPS became vulnerable assets in orbit, and the more connected the world became, the more those floating machines became targets. Russia tested anti-satellite weapons, China demonstrated the ability to blind orbital tech, and Germany, nestled in the heart of Europe, realized the next war might not come with a warning. It might begin with silence above. So Germany began investing not just in rockets, but in resilience. Satellites hardened against jamming, ground stations protected by cyber units, eyes turned to the heavens, not in wonder, but in preparation. It wasn't alone. NATO declared space a domain of warfare in 2019, but Germany's move was different, subtle, defensive, deliberate, a nation known for precision, now building silent shields above our heads. And as conflicts on Earth simmer from Ukraine to the Indo-Pacific, the skies grow more crowded. Satellites don't just beam internet anymore. They track troop movements. They lock coordinates. They warn of attacks. And if just one is taken out, entire nations could go blind in an instant. For Germany, history is a shadow that never leaves. But now it looks forward, not with dreams of conquest, but with the cold clarity of preparedness, because the battlefield has changed. And while others race to weaponize space, Germany moves carefully, quietly, turning fiction into strategy and science fiction into military doctrine. The war Germany now prepares for has no front lines, only altitude. But space doesn't just belong to the superpowers anymore. Private companies SpaceX, OneWeb, Amazon's Cooper are launching satellites by the thousands. A new space race has emerged, not for the moon or Mars, but for dominance over the digital backbone of Earth. Germany, watching carefully, knows what's at stake. Control over space is control over Earth's infrastructure.
In the halls of the German Aerospace Center, engineers now run simulations of orbital collisions, jamming attacks, and EMP strikes. They're not dreaming of alien life, they're preparing for human threats. In the classified corners of the Bundeswehr, doctrine is shifting. Space is now considered critical infrastructure. Attack a satellite, and it's treated as an act of war. And this time, Germany isn't just reacting, it's innovating, using AI to monitor orbital debris and threats in real time, collaborating with the European Space Agency to build shared defense platforms, launching dual-use satellites, civilian in appearance, military in capability. This isn't about empire. This is about survival in a world where war no longer needs boots on the ground, just code in the sky. In 2025, Germany quietly funded a classified mission projected to be its first orbital defense test. No press release. No celebration. Because in this new era, strength lies in silence. As the world watches Earth's crises, climate, borders, elections, Germany watches the stars. Because when the next global conflict begins, it may not start with a siren or an invasion. It may start with a screen going dark and a satellite that never answers. And when that day comes, Germany won't be looking up in fear. It will be ready.